show how shoddy your boat was before we started the magic. God blimey, you blacked this last.
Some cowboy.
So here we are with Enterprise, Dave's boat. The owner is here. I'm filming him and he's filming me. So hopefully we get this right first time. So here we are on the starboard side. I believe that we did black this boat, and looking at our records it was in 2021, so it's been a while. Dave doesn't like to spend money if he can help it. So starting on this side, there's a little bit of rust on the waterline, not many places, and there's been a little bit of electrolysis attacking the sides, as you can see here. It has got an anode in the middle, but really this is going to want some more on it. Now that the boat's dry, it's not so prevalent as it was when it was wet, but you can see them here. They're not particularly deep. There's a little bit of green growth as well. Like I say, this centre anode, that is about done. They don't last very long, these centre ones. They're only 2.5. So I think we put that on in 21. This boat does have the advantage of this rubbing strake below the waterline here. It does make the shells a little bit stronger, and it's welded top and bottom as well. 10mm base plate. Quality. Move around to the bow. Anode on the front. That one will probably do another 2 years. But if Dave's going to be really tight and not black it for 3, he might need new ones. That's an old one. That one's cutting off. That's no good. As we see, this boat's got a bow thruster tube on it. It's made out of 6mm, I'd say, 6mm tube. It has had anodes in there, but again, they are completely shot and need replacing. There was a thought that maybe this was leaking water into the boat, but I'm not so sure. We'll clean it out and have a better look and investigate that. So moving around to the port side, same story. They did the same this side. Front anode, the old one, that's shot. And again, bow thruster tube. It's nice to see that it's had an anode put either side. Quite often we see these bow thruster tubes, but they only put an anode in one end, which it only protects one end. So the other one there, secondary anode on the front, again, potentially that'll last 2 years. Again, just greenery up to the waterline. Moving down the port side, just a bit of rusty spots on the waterline, a couple of scrapes here. This boat's got welded in outlets. They're a little bit rusty. That one's quite good, but I think that's probably a vent for something. But that's a sink outlet, I'd say, and that's it needs to be kept an eye on. They do. Moving down, centre anode. Again, that was pretty much shot. See what I mean? The rust that you get on these. I much prefer the welded in fittings that you get for these. Sorry, I mean the brass fittings, not the welded in ones. These just, they get rather thin on there, and then they crack and the water doesn't come out of the vessel. It goes back in down the sides and into your bilge. Again, a few little scrapes here and there. I'm guessing that's down to Dave's helmsmanship.
Excuse me.
Moving round to the back, a lot of greenery on the waterline. And the rear anode, again, it's getting low. Potentially it's borderline whether that will do another 2 years. Potentially it will. Moving on to the propeller. Okay, doesn't seem to be any nicks or chips out of it. One there, but nothing really to talk about. Split pins in place, and yeah, there's no play on that. Bottom rudder cup bearing, as we can see, there's quite a big gap in it, and it has got a bit of play on it. It's perfectly serviceable. It's not going to break through the edge at any time soon. Dave says that it doesn't annoy him, so it's something we're going to leave. We're not going to change that. Like I say, it doesn't really affect the performance of the boat. So all in all, it's fared quite well because it was blacked by a reputable outfit a few years ago. Could do with some new anodes, and we're going to attack it with a wire wheel on the grinder and just get rid of that greenery that's making its presence around the back and at the front more than anywhere else. Right, let's get Jane busy. Right, hopefully you can hear me. It is a little bit windy. Seems to be a change of flag at Karen's. The upside down Union Jack has gone. Those of you that are observant will see there's a new flag. Right, back to Dave's boat, Enterprise. So, I forgot to say on the walk round about his chine angle. And now we've cleaned it up, we can see it quite clearly. And at the back here, it's not particularly low there. It's okay. It's got a few more years before he needs to start worrying about that. So this is on the port side. And again, at the front here, looking good. And out of the wind on the starboard side, his chine angle's looking all right down this side as well. All the way to the back. Well, let's walk up there and have a quick look. Yeah, just dips in a little bit here. Thing is, it's a 10mm base plate, so it'll be a while, but it is something Dave needs to keep his eye on, is just that bit there. So really, it's just at the back on that. But you can see now that Jane's done her magic with a whizzy wheel. And we're looking good to start getting a coat of paint on. So Jane, bit of a wet old day today. Got all your work done for the week, I take it?
Just about.
Just about, on Dave's boat.
Yep.
The boat that Dave owns.
Yes, it's all done.
Black me up Scotty.
Black me Scotty.
So, cake of the week is lemon and blueberry. And Jane's got herself this massive jacket potato. And I've been all healthy and had a panini with salad. Good morning, people, and it's Friday, and that was some wonderful cake that Jane and myself had yesterday. We're all about done with the boat that Dave owns, Enterprise. Just got the rear button, that's the fender, to put back in place. The weed hatch, that's got to go back on, otherwise it will sink. Jane got a second coat on this. So, last job is these things. Anodes. And these fit inside here on these studs. So that's what I've got to do, just get them bolted in and then put the covers back on. You may have noticed the eagle-eye ones of you that the propeller itself has got a few little nicks and chips out of it, but I'm reliably informed that Dave doesn't use it and he's not bothered. So for the time being, let's get these anodes back in there to stop that tube from rotting away, get the covers on and then back in the water.